are there any particular controls that underwriters are, coming back for and want to see that actually reduce loss? Or, is there anything in that space that's on your radar?
I'm sorry, I didn't, can you restate the question?
Sure. Yeah. No. Absolutely. I'm just talking about the controls, like underwriters. Are there any particular controls or things that they're looking for to reduce costs? You mentioned the questionnaire. Are there things that someone watching this might think, oh, I wonder if I've got that, or hey, I got that. I should make sure my broker knows that matter.
Well, I mean, for the underwriters themselves, I mean, they've got pretty robust requirements, and I think it's three controls cover kind of 80% of what they measure: halting credentials, force MFA on privilege access, and session recording, record sessions. Like that takes care of the majority of what they need. And so, if a customer that's applying for cyber insurance have those controls in place, they're way ahead of the game from the get-go. I mean, that's kind of like, I would say, MVP of minimum viable product of what they need to have. So it's like you spend money to save money. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but you have to do it. And so these are known issues and known requirements. So no one should be caught off guard by this. I think, to your point about SMBs, the smaller the company, the harder that becomes. And because they don't have big security programs often, and they don't have teams of people that are thinking about it. But cybersecurity is going down market because of these hacks, because our people are getting extorted. So in the early days, it's just like I gave the example of cyber in the early days. It was regulated industry started, and then it was financial. It's like it starts at the top end of the enterprise, that there's real dollars and regulatory compliance as to why you have to have it. But now the risk has gone down market as well, and so people are looking at it. I mean, it's no longer a large public company, I guess is my point.
Yeah, no, I mean, you make a great point. I mean, the interconnectedness of everything, and the reality that there's money to be made because of the scale you can achieve, because there's no barriers geographically, and just the way you can do business all over the world. And if I have an Etsy shop, I can sell a T-shirt here in America, or I can sell it to someone in, I don't know, Ireland or the south of France or something like
right.
That there's a two-way reality to that. You touched on these, the small business thing. I mean, the three primary controls that sort of do the most so far to make you bring your security grade up to a B- at least, and MFA and session recording. I mean, for the small business owners, are those the big three things that you touched on? Is there anything else in that space that helps them, achieve some level of security, or make them a little more secure than the person next door?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we were talking about that was more in the context of the underwriters, and how do you kind of prepare yourself for that? I mean, the needs are no different than large companies. They need to have all of it, which is why the MSP is the answer for the small companies. It just is. I mean, because all aspects of security are covered by the MSPs. Now, they will come in and they will assess what are your primary requirements and what's the most pressing void that we need to fill for you. I wouldn't even try to kind of give you a pointed, go look at this technology next or that. Those are just three core elements when you're trying to go get cyber insurance, that if you don't have them, you're going to pay a lot more money, and they're going to tell you to fix it anyway. There's a million MSPs out there that fit. Some of them are very vertically specific too. Like, there are healthcare MSPs that understand all the regulatory, all the tools and all the software packages that most healthcare providers work with. There's a lot of verticalization within that. But I don't want to go down a path to say, oh, the next step should be go get X from a technology perspective, because every customer is different and every market is different. I'm very, very biased in what I say, that I truly believe, that's why I'm here, is identity is the battlefield, and you have to shore that up. And in shoring that up, there's multiple ways multiple things that you have to factor in it. But you get a good MSP, they can help you with the plan, with the strategy, with the auditing, with the reporting, and I think that's just the answer.